My name's Miles, Daniel Miles, and this is a retro dunking of A View to a Kill, arguably one of the worst James Bond film in the entire series. Let's break it down. James Bond stumbles upon a plot by an industrialist to wipe out Silicon Valley and take control of the world's microchip market. There are so many things wrong with this film, it would be easier for me to tell you what it does right. It's got a beginning, a middle and an end, and Duran Duran's song is pretty good. And a couple of the stunts are pretty good. And it's nice to see Patrick Macnee. Okay, so what's wrong with it? Well, everything else, really. Roger Moore was older than the mother of the woman he was supposed to be romancing in this film. That's when he knew that he was too long in the tooth. And my God, does his age show in this film. He looks to be about 30 years older than all the people that he's besting in hand-to-hand combat. Christopher Walken does what he can in the role that was first offered to David Bowie and then to Sting before landing on his plate. And yet, he's brilliant as a potentially unhinged psychopath who's trying to take over the world's silicon market, but he's kind of one of the very, very few good things in this film. Grace Jones plays Mayday, sort of his sidekick, and she's Grace Jones. She's very, very intimidating and scary, and I'm not saying anything against her ever under any circumstances. You can tell that the budget was being slashed and slashed and slashed and slashed and slashed during this film. The Bond girl herself, she's just a screamer. She does nothing of consequence in this entire film. You could have replaced her with a text dump or a look in this drawer in one scene. She's useless. It's nice to see that Bond doesn't really have any gadgets. That's kind of cool. It's nice to see Bond trying to go down the realistic route, but the stunts are awful. The clues are laid out in front of him, the plot's a mess, Christopher Walken's doing what he can, but he's not being Christopher Walken-y enough. For a Bond film, it's incredibly dark and gritty. Bond films are supposed to be fantasy, they're supposed to be poof. They're not supposed to be dark and gritty, especially not a Roger Moore Bond film, noted for that light tone. One of the first images that we see in the film is James Bond in a portable iceberg that doubles as a small submarine. It's the most obvious thing I've seen. It could have been more obvious to the ensuing Russians if it had been painted yellow. And that's before we get onto a parachute jump off the Eiffel Tower that leads into a car that gets cut into quarters and is still drivable. A car being cut in half? Yeah, I can sort of see that. But a car being cut into quarters? No. No, 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 no. There's nothing to recommend here. There is no good line. There is no good moment. It gives me absolutely no joy to say that this film is fire. Do not see this film under any circumstances. I'm Daniel, this is a Dunky. If you enjoyed this video, please like, share and subscribe.